Good day, mates. Let's test your knowledge about Australia in this quiz. Let's see how much you know from its culture to its landmarks. You've got 5 seconds to answer each question. Good luck.
What are the 3 levels of government in Australia? Federal, state/territory, and local. What is the supreme law of Australia? The Australian Constitution. Who is the head of state of Australia? The King of Australia, King Charles III. Who represents the King of Australia at the federal level? The Governor-General. Who is the head of government in Australia? The Prime Minister. What is the role of the Governor-General? Represents the King, carries out constitutional and ceremonial duties. What is the highest court in Australia? The High Court of Australia. Who has the right to vote in Australia? Australian citizens aged 18 years or over, voting is compulsory. What are the responsibilities of Australian citizenship? Obey the laws, vote in elections, serve on a jury if called, defend Australia if necessary. What are the rights of Australian citizens? Vote, apply for government jobs, run for parliament, apply for an Australian passport, legal protection overseas. What does the Australian flag represent? The Union Jack, Southern Cross, and Commonwealth Star represent Australia's history, geography, and unity. Who were the first people to live in Australia? Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. What is the significance of Australia Day? Marks the arrival of the First Fleet in 1788, National Day of Celebration. Who is Australia's current Prime Minister? Who was Australia's first Prime Minister? Sir Edmund Barton. What is the capital city of Australia? Canberra. How many states and territories does Australia have? Six states and 2 mainland territories. What are Australia's national colours? green and gold. What is Australia's national anthem? Advance Australia Fair. What is the Commonwealth of Australia? The official name of Australia as a federation of states under a constitutional monarchy. What is the Australian Constitution? The legal framework for how Australia is governed. What is the role of the Parliament of Australia? Makes federal laws, represents the people, oversees the government. What are the two houses of the federal parliament? The Senate and the House of Representatives. How many senators are there in the Australian Senate? "76 senators. How many members are in the House of Representatives? "151 members, may vary with redistributions." How often are federal elections held in Australia? Every 3 years. Who is the leader of the opposition in Australia? Peter Dutton, as of 2023. What are Australia's two major political parties? The Liberal Party and the Labor Party. What is the role of the High Court of Australia? Interprets and applies the law, ensures laws are constitutional. What is the significance of Anzac Day? Commemorates Australian and New Zealand soldiers who served and died in wars. What are the responsibilities of the Prime Minister of Australia? Leads the government, sets national policy agenda, represents Australia internationally. What are the responsibilities of Australian citizens aged 18 years or over? Enroll and vote in elections, serve on a jury if called, obey the laws. What is the significance of the Commonwealth coat of arms? Australia's official symbol of authority, representing the federation and national unity. What is the national floral emblem of Australia? The golden wattle. What are the colors of the Aboriginal flag? Black, red, and yellow. What are the colors of the Torres Strait Islander flag? Green, blue, black, and white. What is the importance of freedom of speech in Australia? Allows citizens to express opinions, contributes to democracy. What is meant by the rule of law in Australia? Everyone is subject to the law, laws are applied equally. What is the significance of National Sorry Day? Recognizes and acknowledges the mistreatment of Indigenous Australians. What are the national symbols of Australia? Flag, coat of arms, national colours, floral emblem, national animal. What is Australia's national gemstone? Opal. What is the role of the Australian Electoral Commission, AEC? Conducts federal elections and referendums, maintains the electoral roll. What is a referendum in Australia? A vote to change the Australian Constitution. What are Australia's responsibilities in the global community? Promoting peace and security, foreign aid, environmental protection, trade. What is the role of the High Court in interpreting the Constitution? Determines how the Constitution applies to laws and government actions. What is the significance of the Mabo decision? Recognized Indigenous land rights, overturned terra nullius. What is the importance of volunteering in Australia? Strengthens communities, supports those in need, promotes civic engagement. What is the significance of multiculturalism in Australia? Enriches society through cultural diversity, promotes inclusion. What are Australia's official languages? English is the national language, over 300 languages are spoken. What is the role of the Australian Defence Force, ADF? Defends Australia, supports international peacekeeping, assists in emergencies. What is the significance of the Southern Cross in Australian culture? Constellation on the flag symbolizes geography and identity. Who is the current Governor-General of Australia?
Sam Mostyn as of 2024.
What are the duties of the Leader of the Opposition? Holds the government accountable, offers alternative policies. What is the significance of the Australian War Memorial? Commemorates Australians who have served and died in wars. What is the role of the Minister for Foreign Affairs? Manages Australia's international relations and foreign policy. What is the role of the Australian Bureau of Statistics, ABS? Collects and analyzes statistical information to inform decisions. What is the significance of federation in Australian history? The unification of the 6 colonies into one nation in 1901. What is the importance of respecting and obeying the law in Australia? Maintains order, ensures safety, upholds rights and freedoms. What is the role of the Reserve Bank of Australia, RBA? Australia's central bank manages monetary policy and currency. What is meant by the term fair go in Australian culture? The belief in equal opportunity and fair treatment for all. What are Australia's main agricultural products? Wheat, barley, sugarcane, fruits, vegetables, beef, lamb, wool. What is the Great Barrier Reef, and why is it significant? The world's largest coral reef system, rich biodiversity, natural wonder. What is the significance of the Australian outback? Represents the vast, remote interior regions, cultural identity. What is Australia's largest city by population? Sydney. What is the role of local government in Australia? Provides community services, infrastructure, local planning. What are Australia's major natural resources? Coal, iron ore, gold, natural gas, uranium, agricultural land. What is the significance of Uluru, Ayers Rock? Sacred Indigenous Site, iconic natural landmark, cultural heritage. What is the role of the Minister for Indigenous Australians? Develops policies and programs for Indigenous communities. What is the purpose of the National Disability Insurance Scheme, NDIS? Provides support for Australians with disabilities, improves quality of life. What is the significance of the National Broadband Network, NBN? Improves internet connectivity across Australia, supports communication. What are the main religions practiced in Australia? Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, and others. Australia is a secular society with freedom of religion. What is the significance of the Snowy Mountains scheme? Major hydroelectricity and irrigation project, symbol of post-war development. What is the role of the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation? Australia's National Science Agency conducts research and innovation. What is meant by mateship in Australian culture? Friendship, loyalty, equality, and solidarity among people. What is the Australian national animal emblem? The kangaroo. What is the significance of Ned Kelly in Australian history? Notorious bushranger, symbol of rebellion, folklore hero. What is the importance of the Australian Securities Exchange, ASX? Australia's primary stock exchange, key to the economy. What is the role of the Australian Human Rights Commission? Protects and promotes human rights in Australia. What is the significance of the Fair Work Act in Australia? Establishes workplace rights and obligations, ensures fair employment conditions. What is Australia's highest mountain? Mount Kosciuszko. What is the role of the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, ABC? National public broadcaster providing news, entertainment, and educational programs. What is the significance of the Eureka Stockade? (1854) Miners' Rebellion, symbol of democracy and rights. What is the importance of the Royal Flying Doctor Service? Provides emergency and primary health care to people in remote areas. What is the significance of the Sydney Opera House? Iconic performing arts venue, UNESCO World Heritage Site. What is the role of the Department of Home Affairs? Manages immigration, border protection, national security. What is the importance of reconciliation in Australia? Healing relationships between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. What is Australia's form of government? Constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. What is the significance of Captain James Cook in Australian history? British explorer who charted the east coast of Australia in 1770. What is the importance of the Great Dividing Range? Australia's longest mountain range, significant for climate and ecosystems. What is the role of the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, ASIC? Regulates companies, markets, and financial services. What is the significance of Gallipoli in Australian history? World War I campaign, significant for national identity and Anzac spirit. What are Australia's most popular sports? Cricket, Australian rules football, rugby league, rugby union, soccer, tennis. What is the significance of the Australian National University, ANU? Australia's leading research university, located in Canberra. What is the role of the Fair Work Commission? Australia's National Workplace Relations Tribunal resolves disputes. What is the importance of Australia's relationship with the Commonwealth of Nations? Promotes cooperation and shared values among member countries. What is the significance of the gold rushes in Australia? Boosted economy, population growth, and development in the 1850s. What is the role of the Australian Taxation Office, ATO? Collects taxes, administers tax laws, provides financial guidance. What is the significance of the Torres Strait Islands? Culturally distinct region, indigenous heritage, strategic location. What is the importance of the Australian Maritime Safety Authority, AMSA? Ensures safety of maritime operations, protects marine environment. What are the responsibilities and privileges of Australian citizenship? Obey the law, vote, serve on a jury, apply for work in the public service or armed forces, seek election to Parliament, apply for an Australian passport.
And there you have it, all 100 civics questions for Australia. Thank you for joining us today, you've done brilliantly once more. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and we'll do our best to assist you in finding the answers. We appreciate you watching, you can absolutely do this. Have a fantastic day.